Today on Cajun Court
No,
TV.
let's be real. You was drunk. You was drunk.
I'm doing this now, okay? I'm doing this. You hush, keep your mouth shut.
Malone, hey, the two of you, again, and I have, one more time, I have the power to terminate this mediation. And do you all want to continue? Is this something you want to do? Did you come here with an open mind so we can try to resolve the issue? It looks like we're not getting anywhere. Now I want you to cool your heels and let's get somewhere with this. Let's get finished.
Justice Jackie.
Fred Baker is suing his next-door neighbor for a false police report filed for loud music. He claims she did it to get his attention after she saw a female visitor at his home after 2 a.m. Fred became embarrassed and humiliated and says the defendant became even more angry when the plaintiff refused to speak with her. As a result, the defendant confronted him the next evening and committed a road rage event by running into his 1957 classic Mercedes-Benz and running him off the road into a ditch. The car was heavily damaged and he sustained head injuries and abrasions. Fred is suing for reimbursement for bonding the defendant out of jail as a result of receiving a DUI on the evening of the accident. Total being pursued, $6,000. Becky Malone is countersuing for the return of her personal items that were left to the plaintiff's home, including a $500 margarita blender, a pair of $600 Louis Vuitton heels, and mental anguish for Queen, her expensive King Charles Spaniel that came up missing, along with its designer clothes. She's also accusing the plaintiff of opening the gate and letting the dog out for revenge. She states she was heavily medicated when she ran into the plaintiff's vehicle and it was an unfortunate accident. She's countersuing for $4,600.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for coming to the Cajun Court TV. We have some problems here. False police report, medical bills, head injuries. We also have a release from jail on bail. Let me hear this, Mr. Baker. We'll start with you.
Well, Ms. Scott, I think what we have is a case of the old-fashioned stalker. Like, this is some real thin line between love and hate type stuff.
Well, you know, being a stalker is
I'm not
bad,
a stalker.
Old-fashioned or new, but let me hear more.
Well, I've been knowing Becky since childhood. You know, we went to middle school together, shared our lunches, and even after we graduated high school, we were still friends, so.
Just curious, have you all thought about getting married?
Oh, God, no. Please don't put that on me. I do not. I would never.
While she over here, faking and fronting, let me just tell you how crazy Miss Becky really is.
Yeah, tell me how crazy I am.
She looks
Real
pretty
crazy.
intelligent, but let's see if the elevator
you,
goes
Miss
all
Scott.
the way to the top. Let me hear more.
Looks can be deceiving, Miss Scott. When Becky moved next door to me, I thought everything was okay since we had been childhood friends for such a long time. You know, she had a few maintenance problems, small things that I would go over and help fix for her since she didn't have a man at the time.
Now, what kind of maintenance were you doing? What were you fixing for her?
Okay, one time your sink went out and I went over and I fixed her sink, and then, you know, just little small things. Like I went over and cut the grass a few times. Nothing major, just a little small.
Well, you know, there must be something missing here. Is that all you were doing?
Well, okay, since you're gonna squeeze it out of me, yeah, we fooled around a few times, but it wasn't nothing serious.
Fooled around. Boy, I swear, men will say anything, just undermine what really was.
Miss Malone,
That's not what happened.
Miss Malone, I'm sure you have a lot of things to say, but I just need you to hold your thoughts.
Okay.
Continue, Miss Baker.
Like I was saying, it was nothing serious, and I went over and I did it because I still care for her as a friend.
Okay, so I hear you. So what went wrong? What happened?
Well, it all started one night when I decided to have a little company over, late night. It was like 2 a.m. and all of a sudden the cops were knocking at my door because I had this young lady over, and I was like, what's going on? And they was like, it's a noise complaint filed on you. I was saying, well, my music is not up loud, so what's the problem? And they were saying that someone filed a complaint, and I was like, well, my music is at, you know, a good tone. I didn't have like the kind of music that was club banger or nothing. It was to set the mood.
Okay, Miss Malone, did you get jealous?
No, I didn't get jealous. Jealous of what?
You didn't call the
That is
police.
nothing to be jealous of.
You didn't call the cops?
No, ma'am. I was sleeping good, too.
Miss Scott, I know she called the cops. And the reason why I know is because the house next to me is vacant. And then I know the people across the street wouldn't do it, so I know she did it.
You don't
They
even
wouldn't tell
know
me
them
who
that
did
good.
it. They wouldn't tell me, but it
You
was
don't
pretty
know them
obvious.
that good.
Mr. Baker, you're talking to me. And Miss Malone, we just cool your heels. Just wait a minute.
All right, I'm sorry,
Just
Miss
remember
Scott.
you're talking to me and not her.
I'm sorry, Miss Scott, but I was pretty embarrassed because, you know, I just started to get somewhere with this young lady, and when the cops came, she wanted to leave because, you know, the whole mood was ruined, and that just ruined my whole night.
Was the plaintiff's night ruined because the defendant was stalking him? Find out next on Cajun Court TV.
Follow your dreams. Become part of what's real. The road to your success travels through here, where technology meets skill, and our focus is on yours, where roads to real careers are paved and real relationships made, all in half the time or less, because our focus is your dream. Visit nwltc.edu and become part of what's real at Northwest Louisiana Technical College.
Clever.
Page 3 is missing?
Mr. Whitner, I know
It's choking.
you're not trying to pull a fast one on me.
No.
Compassionate.
Matt, pass that to her, please.
Comical.
Justice Jackie is on the move. She's on the move.
Justice Jackie. Mediating your case one day at a time, one dispute at a time.
Justice Jackie.
Cajun Court TV resumes in this case of Neighbors Gone Bad.
I know that she called the cops because I've been knowing her for years, and I just know how she is.
Do you have any proof of that?
No, nothing other than the fact she started to show feelings, and then she started to get jealous.
Jealous of what? Of you? Boy, please, you don't even have it that good.
Yeah.
Miss Malone, just wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
Must be some problem here. Do you have any other neighbors around? Anybody else close enough to hear music?
Well, I have neighbors across the street, but I know they wouldn't call on me. They good friends of mine. And I asked everybody who made all the complaints, and then everybody pointed in the same direction. They pointed at Becky's house.
Who pointed
So then-
over there?
okay,
Who
so then-
pointed over there?
okay,
Tell
so
me their name.
okay.
I don't hear nothing.
Miss Malone.
I'm sorry.
See?
I'm sorry,
Miss
Miss
Malone,
Malone.
you
Okay.
signed paperwork. Now I can terminate this mediation
no,
right
you
now.
good, you good.
I have the
I'm
power to
sorry.
do it. You're out of control. Zip your lips. That's right.
See? So everybody pointed at Becky's house. Me and myself, I thought we were cool, we were friends, so I was kind of hurt. So I decided to stop talking to her. That's when she started blowing up my phone, and it started making her look guilty. I was like,
I only
I knew
called
it.
you because I was trying to make sure you were okay, okay? I thought we was friends. We used to talk all the time.
whatever. She wasn't worried about me. She was jealous because I had another female over that wasn't her late at night. That's what happened.
And so what happened after that?
Well, okay. Well, the next day, this is when it got crazy. The next day, so I'm driving my car, my 1957 Mercedes-Benz, and out of nowhere, she comes and rams me and knocks me off the road. And then I had to go to the hospital and get treated for head injuries.
So you mean to tell me she ran you off the road?
Yes.
Okay.
Your car went into
With
the
her
ditch?
raggedy beat up car. I don't even know
I
what
don't
kind
have
of
no
car it
raggedy
is.
beat up car. My car is a 2020. That's how good it is. You don't even know, boy.
Miss
Whatever.
Miss
Whatever.
Malone. But sounds like you were a little teed off.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you did it.
No, ma'am. I wasn't that upset. I just had a little medication in my system, and I wasn't feeling good, so I had to go down to CVS and get some medication.
Mr. Baker, you must have been really playing on her emotion for her to do something like that.
No, this is just crazy.
That
You
is
know?
crazy. If
It's
she
crazy,
did it.
you know, and I felt bad for her because she went to jail, so I went and I bailed her out because I knew she wouldn't be able to make it
You
in there.
only bailed me
And-
out because you started feeling guilty.
Oh, whatever. See?
Your conscience started kicking
She didn't even
in,
pay
and you
me back.
started feeling.
Just a minute. But Mr. Baker, you know, the car is only material, but what about her personal feeling? What about her emotions?
He don't know what that means.
Crazy.
Well, do
He
you
can't
have
define
any pictures?
emotions.
Do you have any pictures of the
Yes,
car?
ma'am. Look at my car.
Man,
And
let
this
me see
car
those
was
pictures,
in
please.
perfect condition before it got hit. I can't even tell you the value of it. And she know how much I love that car. I put half of my life into that car, fixing it up.
I see nothing. How much did it cost to get the car repaired?
$3,500.
It was just a ding.
$3,500. What about, did you have to go to the doctor?
Yes, ma'am.
You have medical bills?
I didn't bring them at this time.
Of course
You
you
didn't bring your,
I'm sorry.
did you know you were coming to a mediation?
Yes, ma'am.
So you
He
have
didn't
no
need to
medical
go to the
bills.
hospital. That's what that was, Miss Scott.
Now, Miss Malone? Mm-hmm. Starting to sound like you have a couple of loose screws.
You gonna
I mean,
lot of-
ramming your friend's car?
A lot of loose.
That's a bit much, you think, don't you think?
Does the defendant have some loose screws or just delusional? Find out next on Cajun Court TV.
What do these people have in common? They've given up their negative perceptions, given up their destructive behaviors, given up all those things that were holding them back. When you're ready to start living a healthy, empowered life, Dr. Beatrice Tatum is here. So many people have benefited from Dr. Tatum's expertise. Take the first step to bring wellness into your life.
Uncover your true potential and lead a life worth celebrating. It's never too late.
We're back in mediation as Justice Jackie learns more about the maintenance man.
So you're suing for damage to your car, medical bills, and bail money.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about the bill.
Well, like I said, I had went over and I bailed her out because I knew that she couldn't make it in there in the condition that she was in. She was in there drunk, and I know she.
So you
her
felt sorry
mindset.
for her?
I felt sorry for her. And I thought she would pay me back just because the fact that we had been friends for so long. and she
Miss
still haven't paid me
Malone,
back.
Miss Malone, you're being disrespectful. Continue, Mr. Baker.
So that's what I'm seeking that money for.
So do you have, you don't have a receipt for your medical bills,
Should
and how
be on
much
the
was
back
the bail
page.
money?
$1,500. Yeah.
And was there some agreement for her to pay you back?
Nope.
No, ma'am, but I thought that's the least she can do.
Okay, I've heard enough from the maintenance man. Ms. Malone, it's now your turn.
Well, Miss Scott, like I said, he ain't all the pretty angel he think he is. He just fronting over there. But I had left some very expensive items over his house that I never got back. I'm still waiting on. I
got
left
those.
a $500 margarita blender over there. I left some very expensive Louis Vuitton shoes over there that he didn't give me back. You know, it was like after the accident, I was just like, hey, since you don't want to call me back, that's fine. Can you just give me the stuff that I left at your house back? That's all I want.
Well, were you jealous, Ms. Malone?
No.
Did you call the police officer?
No, I told you I was asleep that night. I wasn't even thinking about him.
Still lying about that, huh? She was jealous because I had a female over and it wasn't her.
Okay, Mr. Baker, just hold on. I want to hear
Never
from
heard your
Ms.
story. She
Malone
talking to
at this
me.
time. So, are your things still at his house?
Yeah, I don't have him. Now, he claimed that he never saw him, right? That's what he told me. I've never seen him. But he kept calling me, talking about he keep running his big feet over my shoes. Why don't you come by and pick him up?
And eventually you came and got him.
I didn't come
because
get
I didn't see
him.
him no more.
Miss Malone. Now, what kind of relationship do you think you guys had?
Well, like he said, we were just childhood friends, and then when it got a little, you know, we after college just started getting a little serious. We became more like, became intimate, okay? So it was more like friends with benefits, okay?
See, that's it.
He had the benefit of seeing me a lot, okay?
Friends
You know,
with benefits.
that's all I'm saying, though. You know, that's all that was. There wasn't no more
Well,
than
you
that.
know, I'm really
See?
afraid to ask
See?
what benefits there were. What are you supposed to think when you run his car off the road?
It was an accident. I wasn't even trying to run him off the road. Actually, I was coming from, like I said, CVS. I had some medication in my system. I didn't even know it was him.
Well, you know, he can't prove you called law enforcement. However, what about this accident?
Like I said, it was
Hold on, Miss
just
Becky.
it was just the medication in my system. Okay. So
No,
night
let's be
before-
real. You was
Shush,
drunk.
She done talked
You was
to you.
drunk.
I'm doing
Let's be
this
real.
now. Okay,
Let's
I'm
be real.
doing this.
Let's tell the
You
truth.
hush.
Let's
Keep
tell
your
the truth.
mouth
You was
shut.
drunk.
Malone, hey, the two of you, again.
Hear the story the defendant has to say about this road rage accident. More to come when Cajun Court TV returns.
Still think a community and technical college education is second rate? Let's get real. Hundreds of millions of dollars are being invested in our state community technical college system. Classrooms, technology, all the tools needed to make this education as real as it gets. Real jobs paying real money are waiting at Northwest Louisiana Technical College. Visit nwltc.edu for more.
Don't go away. Justice Jackie will be right back.
Silver Star Smokehouse and Steaks, 1201 Dixie Overland Road, Bossier City, a great and famous place to eat.
Cajun Court TV is back in session.
Again. And I have one more time, I have the power to terminate this mediation.
Don't
And
do
you
that,
all,
please.
do you all want to continue?
No, ma'am.
Is this something you want to do? Did you come here with an open mind?
Yes,
so we
ma'am.
can try to resolve the issue? It looks like we're not getting anywhere. Now I want you to cool your heels and let's get somewhere with this. Let's get finished. Otherwise you'll have to go to court and you'll be long drawn out. And Mr. Baker, you let me be the judge of what's right or wrong here. Continue.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Malone.
Okay, so the night before, I did have a bit to drink, but I was fine the next day, okay? Like I said, I had to go to CVS and get some medication. I think what happened, it had caused some type of imbalance in my system or something, because I couldn't really see straight. I shouldn't have gotten behind the wheel. That's what really happened. I shouldn't have done that, but I did anyway, okay? And then I hit him. I didn't even know it was him until after the accident was over. I'm sorry, I dinged his car. It was just a little bit. You saw the picture.
I'm sorry.
Now hold on just a minute. I want to let's just get back. And you caused the accident, evidently. You had been drinking, and you should be drinking and driving, or under the influence. A DUI is horrible. But let's get back to the things you left at his house.
Okay, I left that $500 margarita over his make blender over his house. He said, you know, he used to always call me talking about, can you come over and let's have some drinks and stuff. So I left that over his house. I left some Louis Vuitton heels over there. And then I also left some very expensive earrings that my grandmother gave me. Okay? And then, you know, I can't even get none of my stuff back. It must have been when he had that company. She must have taken my little shoes and tramped on out there with no little pigtails in her hair or something.
Mr.
I
Baker,
don't know.
hold on. Do you have her things?
No, ma'am. No,
You
ma'am.
do not
Miss
have
Scott.
her things.
Miss Scott,
What
I haven't
about
seen those
those
things in a
shoes?
while. As for them Louis Vuittons, because they wasn't real Louis,
Really?
she eventually came and got them.
Really?
Because I didn't see them no more. As for your margarita machine, I barely used that thing. All of those things were gone because after a while they were gone. And she was making it as an excuse to come see
Well,
me.
can you search your house, and if you have them, give them back to her?
I do not have
Would you be
those
willing
things,
to
Miss
do that?
Scott. I'll be willing to search, but I do not have those
You
things.
can't wear the shoes.
Well, nobody wants them shoes, Miss Scott. Miss Scott, I'm telling you, nobody want them shoes.
My Louis Vuitton shoes is really, let me tell you what else he did, Miss Scott. He also let my King Charles dog out the gate. My little old Cocker Spaniel King Charles. You know how much them dogs cost?
If you come down, I might.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I need
But
you
he
to
let
settle
it
down.
out. He let my dog out the gate. King was a real sweet little old dog. Little old bitty thing, won't bother nobody. He was the only one that knew where the keys were to that gate. And he knew that was the worst thing that he could do to me. He just used that to get back at me.
Why would that be the worst thing, Becky? Why? Because you don't have no friends, huh? I don't care about her dog. Imagine what you did to my car.
Plenty
I
of
went through that all
friends.
my
Just
life.
a minute,
Nobody
just a
thinking about your
minute.
little
Just a-
raggedy car.
Just a minute. I don't see how you are with neighbors.
I don't either.
And you calling him as a maintenance man, I'm not sure about this.
You know, Miss
But
Scott.
after the accident, are you sure you left your things at his house?
Yes,
The way
I'm
you all getting
sure.
along, I don't think I want anything around there. But I just,
After that, all I wanted to do was just get my stuff and move away because I didn't want anything to deal with her because
I don't want you
she's
want that much
crazy,
to
as
do
you
with
can
you.
see.
Was the maintenance man cutting more than the defendant's grass? Find out next and when Cajun Court TV continues.
Caring for people, that is the commitment and goal of Assurance Care Services, Inc., a place that provides assistance to individuals who are physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, and medically challenged. Assurance Care Services, Inc. offers a variety of services for all ages, where you can find a program that will fit your situation. Everyone will receive quality service in a supported, individualized, comprehensive, and efficient manner. Assurance Care Services, Inc. We are in the business of caring for people. Call today for a free consultation, 631-7583.
Do you have a dispute with a friend or family member? Call us at Cajun Court TV, 1-855-902-5297, or go to our website, CajunCourtTV.com.
If you're owed money and want Justice Jackie to mediate your dispute, call us at 1-855-902-5297 or go to CajunCourtTV.com.
Who let the dog out? Who? Find out next.
What proof do you have that Mr. Baker let your dog out?
He knew where the keys to the gate was, Miss Scott. He was the only one that knew where the keys to the gate was.
So not only did you live next door, he had keys to your gate and
he knew how to get to the gate. He always had this problem talking about King would always come out and bite him. My little old King. He's a little cocker spaniel. Little old sweet cocker spaniel. He wouldn't hurt nobody, Miss Scott.
Evidently you have a picture. Mac, let me see that picture, please.
Scott, you might not want to see it.
Thank you, Mac.
You see how cute? He got some blonde hair and everything.
He's really cute.
He cute.
Whatever. That dog was vicious.
A dog is not vicious.
Did you let the...
He's the one that's vicious, letting my dog out.
Look, I don't care about your dog.
I don't care about you.
Look what you did to my car.
Mr. Baker, did you let the dog out?
Yes.
No, ma'am.
You let her dog out?
Yes.
No, ma'am.
If you did, that was not a nice thing to do.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that because I don't care about her dog. I wouldn't want to have nothing to do with her. All I want is my money for my car. At least my car and the money for bailing you out of jail. And whew, I swear. Look, I can care less about your dog. I don't know what happened to your dog. I just want to get away from her. I just want to settle this today and let's get away.
Tell you what, Miss Malone. Now you're accused of making a false police report. You're accused of ramming your vehicle into Mr. Baker's vehicle. And you're saying that you had not been drinking, but you had medication.
I had some medication. I think it just caused that imbalance. I'm sorry.
So as a result, you were charged criminally. Is that correct?
No.
DUI.
Ain't no DUI. They just took my car in because I had owed some tickets. That's all.
So you mean you were not taken to jail?
Well, yeah, I was, but that's for them tickets. It wasn't for hitting him.
It says here that he bonded you out. The bond was for $1,500, and it was for ticket. It was also for a DUI.
I'm telling you, it had to be that medication.
Look at me, Miss Malone. Miss Malone, look at me. Look me in the eye. It doesn't look like you're telling the truth. Now, you can't come here and tell a lie and expect to get some help. I'm wondering why you didn't leave her.
No, I probably should have.
He never had.
And after...
Evidently, something... Mac, this really sounds fishy.
Well...
Now, evidently, there's something there. You went and bonded her out of jail after
Because he was feeling guilty.
I was not feeling
He was
guilty.
feeling guilty. He knew I shouldn't have been in there in the first place, sitting over there fooling with his old crazy tail.
You the jealous one. You the jealous one. You the jealous one.
I'm not.
Just a minute. I've had enough. Evidently, you all can't help yourself. I'll try. We'll take a recess, and I'll be back.
Who will Justice Jackie side with, the passionate handyman or the delusional defendant? Go to our Facebook page and let us know now. The resolution coming up after this commercial break.
If you put Christ first, then everything else will fall in line. I'm Amy Moore. I teach boot camp classes and indoor cycling classes at Victory. I'm just a guide to make them better inside and out.
I have lost a total of 46 pounds and I feel great. Get up off of the couch, make that change, and make it for yourself.
I feel more active, I feel good about myself, and it's just been great.
At Favorite Sisters Boutique, we pride ourselves on personalized service to everyone who walks through our door. New clothes, accessories, and gifts arriving daily. We look forward to becoming your favorite small family-run boutique.
Justice Jackie is back with a resolution.
We're ready for our resolution, and I want to help you all resolve this matter. And Mr. Baker, you have several things that you've come here wanting to be resolved. One is a false police report, damages to your car, bail money, and medical bills. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Baker, if you were to present your case in court, you'd have to prove your damages and you'd have to state specifically what you wanted, okay? Now, as it relates to the false report, we'll start there. Now, of course, I believe Ms. Malone called the police. However, in order to be awarded damages, you'd have to spell out specifically what you were looking for to receive. Now, in your information here at mediation, you had no monetary amount for the false report. Although I think it's terrible for someone to use police officers who are very busy protecting this community. Be that as it may, you did not have anything as it relates to monetary damages on the false report. So you get 0. As it relates to the car, now Mr. Baker, you stated that it's $3,500 in damages. Your report says that it was $1,000. So I think you should be awarded $1,000. Now as it relates to the bail money, there was no agreement. I didn't see anything. I see where you bailed her out of jail, but I saw nothing where she agreed to reimburse you for bailing her out of jail. The only thing that I think that you should be awarded today in mediation is $1,000. Now, Mr. Baker, if you have her belongings at your house, you should give those back. And the other thing, Mr. Baker, I'm concerned about that maintenance agreement. So you might want to check who you do maintenance for, okay? Now, Ms. Malone, I don't think you can prevail in this situation. I believe you call law enforcement. And you know you should never use, again, as I told Mr. Baker, you should not use these precious officers who protect the citizens of this community for your own personal needs because you're upset. I believe you were in a jealous rage based upon what you presented here today and your conduct. But I want to give you some do's and don'ts, okay? If you don't mind listening to me. Consider getting you another maintenance man. Maybe one that may live in the house with you and may put a ring on your finger. Don't drive under the influence of any medication. You might get arrested. And you know what? If you need a good neighbor, call State Farm. Okay? Don't call anyone who may use you. Okay? That's my resolution.
Well, I feel like Ms. Scott made a pretty good decision, partially. I still feel like she owes me for the bail money.
I don't owe you.
And also, I feel like that you owe me more for the car. It's the sentimental value behind it and the hard work that I put behind it.
I feel like Miss Scott was
for my head injury,
for my needs. She ain't do nothing about my dog. I didn't even get my picture of my dog back.
I'd like to thank her for her decision that she
did
made.
You know what? I'm just done with this.
Okay. When your pipes get clogged, don't call me because I'm never coming over there again.